Yeah.
3, 2. Welcome to Tumblehome Boundary Waters podcast. My name is Adam, and with me, as always, is my good friend Eric.
Hello.
We're coming to you live in the field from Little Sag, and today's episode is what's in your bag on Little Sag.
In the field, what's in your bag? I mean, we were thinking about maybe doing it just in the house, in outfitting, but I can't think of a better place to do it than actually out in the field. This is what we packed. We're gonna go through it from top to bottom, as detailed as we can possibly be, because it sounds like that might be what people want. I'm trying to manage a video at the same time here, so again, at the very least, we're gonna have solid audio.
You're darn tootin'.
So let's just give a quick little, where we are, how we got here. Not too much, because
this is muy authentico. Like, we did just get up early and paddle right to this campsite, and we went by it and saw the ledge here.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful overlook. We should have wind blowing in here, but not gonna get like wind locked in here.
No.
So it just spoke to us. We kind of had a region of Little Sag we were looking at, and this was the first one we came by, and it was très tasty amo.
Yeah, we'll there's a campsite review out there of it somewhere, but it's not on this episode.
No, we will have that later for you, but we're gonna get into our pack, and so we've literally just paddled here. My feet are still wet. We've just had a few sips of wine, and I guess we'll go ahead and say that Tumblehome Boundary Waters podcast is, of course, sponsored by Clearwater Historic Lodge and Outfitters, and this week by refreshing white wine from our good friends at Franzia Vinery.
Is it Franzia or not? Or it's not Peter Vella?
No, I'm not. We upgraded. We went with Franzia this week.
All right.
Refreshing white. I bought it at the Muni, and I slapped her on the counter. Said, I'm buying this refreshing white wine. It's officially summer.
Very nice. I'm sure you scared the poor women.
They were enthusiastic and frightened by that statement, but
yes.
So we've just arrived. I think we're gonna start by just going over what we're currently wearing.
Yeah.
What have we chosen to outfit our bodies with first?
Yes.
And then that's like a pre-pack pack, our body packs.
Yeah. This is the pack. We haven't even opened it yet.
No, it's still as
wide
is.
open.
We did pull the bag of wine out of there when we got to Little Sag.
Well,
the bag of wine was on top of that black pack. What kind of pack is that?
The pack, that is a Granite Gear number 4.
All black. Super
black.
sexy.
That's your largest pack I think you can legally buy in the States, at least.
Yeah. At least on the regular market.
Yeah.
But we don't even have that thing maxed out, but I can tell you from the last 7 portages, it's pretty heavy. I don't know that it's as heavy as the food barrel. This maniac was toting the food barrel and the canoe. Soloed it through the Tuscarora portage to get out here. I don't know if you can hear that. The wind is kind of picking up.
Yes, which I think was the main reason we got the 4 a.m. sunrise start, was for this wind. We'll keep at it out here on this. This is like is a promontory. Is that a word?
It's a promontory.
Promontory. There you go. That's kind of like what we're on up here. It's like, big over the lake, but I think it's gonna keep the bugs down. You're gonna slap in the bag with the field mic.
That's right. Did you get that? I think we got it.
We got it on multiple things. So let's start with what you have.
First off, though, we should also thank our main sponsors, is our good friends on Patreon.
Oh yeah, thanks guys.
Don't want to leave you out. We're out here for you.
Yeah.
And
they're paying for parts of this trip.
We're trying to do something new here, which is not necessarily the field audio part, but just live recording and doing the what's in our pack thing.
Yeah.
We just came off the water, humped the packs up here, having a little wine in the afternoon. I don't think it's quite afternoon, honestly. It's still morning wine.
I think it is morning wine.
That's why it's white wine.
Well, we also did have a 6:45 beer from Mike, but that's another story.
True enough. So all right, so well, let's just start with what we're outfitted with personally here, and then we'll get into the packs. packs? Are we gonna get into the food pack too, or just the...
We might take a look a little bit, but
you don't want to disturb the bag of frozen meats.
No. Maybe take a look at a tackle box or something, but for sure the packs and what we're currently wearing, and you can let us know who's looking better, because we will have
who wore it best.
Who wore it best? We've got a child grade life jacket, and then like a Navy SEAL Team 6 life jacket on my side here. So there's a nice balance.
Let's start with the life jackets. Personal flotation devices are important. The older I get, the more I wear it, and the water is still, although we had noted the water is a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be, it's still pretty cold and you wouldn't want to take a swim there. So we both wore our PFDs out, so I'm going to start. I've got this beautiful Steve Zissou colored child's life jacket. It's Natalie's life jacket actually, and I normally wear a green one that's not any better. It's this thing probably costs $5 retail MSRP. I don't know where it came from. It just came into our lives. It's a found life jacket. It's a beautiful color, and I've got it kind of cinched down here with a couple little clippies on here for water bottles, water portages. I'm the water mule on this trip, and I would have went and gotten the green one that fits me a little better, but we left at 4:30 or 5 in the morning. I was kind of getting everything together, and I didn't want to go up in the garage and disturb our friends up there. So I just our friend has a new dog, and I didn't want to go in there and get the dog barking on the garage apartment. So I just took this Steve Zissou one. Yeah, it's very fashionable. It fits pretty good. I've got it kind of cinched down. I was joking earlier that maybe it was child sized, but no, I think it's not. I think it's actually an adult's, but typically the one Natalie would wear. So I borrowed this from Natalie for the trip. On the complete other end of the spectrum, we got a Stolquist. Look at this thing.
Yeah, it's a Stolquist water wear, I think is what it's called. And the main reason I like it is because it's got fun little pockets, so I don't get, you know, Dan Stevens if I crack my head on a rock. I've got
all your important supplies here.
I've got extra supplies in the pockets, specifically the field recorder and the camera that's also recording can stay in here. And yeah, it's nice and light, and it paddles great, and
it really does look good.
It just looks good.
It's a little too bulky over here. I'm pretty jealous of that fine Stolquist. I've never even heard of it, but now I want one.
Yeah, it's nice. It's actually one of the first times I've had it out, and it's kind of one of those things too with, like, yeah, especially the field recorder. It's like, yeah, not the strongest plastic, and you don't want to just like throw it in the gear bag that's getting slammed against rocks all day long. And then what happens if we need to quick field record some on the water audio? You can whip it out of the pocket and it's ready to go.
More pockets the better, honestly. I love it. I want one now. It's kind of on my gear list for sure. You know, much as I love this thing, I'm not even sure this would help me float if I actually went in the drink.
We were talking about that.
It maybe just to fill up with water and sink, so I'm gonna lose that. I've been a little, it's actually a little warm. You know, I don't know what the highest is, maybe 60, 65?
60. Yeah, something like that.
A little windy, but we got good sun here. So moving on,
if we can maybe move just a little out of the wind here.
Sure, let's move her back.
All right,
let me grab this.
I think we'll take a break, and before we get into the gear, we can move it back.
Okay. I think let's get into next is just our personal fashion outfits.
You're gonna start with your hat.
Start with the hats. You've got a classic here. It's
the brand name has worn off in the sweat, and it's your classic trucker's hat, and it just says Canada on it.
It's really nice. We always, especially if we're traveling a border route, we like to represent both sides of the border. So you've got Canada covered, and I've got this America fuck yeah hat on that also has Natalie's. I'm basically just wearing all of Natalie's gear now, I guess. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Happily married and sharing gear. So when I first went down and visited her family in Indiana, we were standing there and we were kind of looking through her closet of old stuff, and I found this hat up on the top shelf. I go, what is this? She goes, oh, my old hat. America, fuck yeah. That's all it says. It's just a trucker hat. And so it's been in a lot of pictures for Clearwater's social media, which Eric has thoughtfully cropped just enough out to make it, you know, palatable for social media. There it is. It when I put it on this morning, it was fitting very tight, and then as the day went on, I guess my head deflated, or the volume of my hair deflated or something, because I had to cinch her down. We're getting into a little wind here. So got that. I've got a new pair of polarized glasses I'm sporting over my big glasses.
Those look very nice. What are they? That's a Cocoon's brand, top of the line. Over
X Aviators. It's a C202G.
In case anybody's wanting to look that up.
Yeah, with a blue tint, it really helps me identify those reefs. And actually, we were coming in and seen a few nice reefs, and it gave us an idea. Maybe in the future we'll do a reef ranker episode.
Top reef.
You got to have these C202Gs if you want to really see the reefs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's going on the top end. Of course, I don't wear contacts in the field anymore. I got these sweet birth control glasses.
Those
when
are
I
nice.
first got these, my buddy who is, he said in the Marines they call those birth control. They're really huge. I got them for $10, and
Nice.
they keep everything out of my eyes except for black flies.
Oh yeah, those will get in anything.
They will. They'll go right through them. So that's kind of what I got going on top end. What
These are,
you got some nice looking shades there.
I don't know, what do they say they are? You tell me.
One polarized.
These are Kingfish 17022. You can get them straight from the manufacturer with that information.
Beautiful. And here, can you hold this? I'm a little thirsty.
Yeah, it looks like you've got I don't know what mine is, and I'm not gonna take it off and tell you what it is. I think it's probably just a thrift store brand shirt, lightweight kind of flannelly thing, but that looks like a legit Pendleton there, if I were to guess.
This is, yeah. I have a Pendleton. It's a little oversized, and so I don't normally wear it in like everyday life, but as a camp shirt, unrivaled quality. It is nice and light, keeps you warm no matter if it's wet or dry, and you can roll the sleeves up if you want. Beautiful blue and green pattern. I love it.
Yeah,
it goes really nice with the hat and with the pants, which we'll get to next.
Oh no, you're gonna show your Obama shirt off, aren't you?
Oh heck yeah, we are.
That's a classic camping shirt.
I think anybody following the podcast or Clearwater social media, I'm sure has seen this Obama shirt. I almost wear it exclusively now for camping. It's just kind of it's a black shirt, getting a little sun faded. Barack and roll.
Obama in 08. That's like it's almost a 12-year-old shirt now. Isn't that insane?
I found it at Savers in Duluth, and I wear it pretty much on all camping trips now. I did bring one extra t-shirt, which we'll get to in the pack later maybe, but I'm gonna basically just wear this t-shirt and this wool shirt the entire trip. I will probably not sleep in the wool, but
yeah,
I don't think I'll take this Obama shirt off unless it gets really wet for some reason. But forecast is looking good.
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna get a ton of rain on this trip. Maybe on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon on the way out, but I don't know. Overall, feeling pretty good. You got the loon shirt on?
of course.
Give me that thing. So Eric's got a shirt he's been wearing on camping trips even longer than I have.
I think this has gone on every Quetico trip, and I don't think I've not camped in this shirt.
Holy shit, look at that
barely
thing.
see the loon anymore.
Timberlands.
I think it's like from an old,
wow.
I think it's from an old resort.
Lake of the Woods, Timberlands Resort.
Look at
got
that.
a big burn mark right through the beak of that thing.
And then underneath I have a
look at that.
100%.
Is that wicking?
No, it's not. It's like actually too warm sometimes. But
yeah, he's wearing two shirts underneath his flannel here.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah, you were wearing that red loon shirt on trips back when I still had the zebra shirt. From our Quetico trip. I think you were still wearing that loon.
Yes.
You know, there's a couple pictures on the Clearwater website of me wearing that fabulous zebra shirt. I do miss that shirt, but
it's a shame it's gone.
But Obama's with me forever and always. And so that's what we're wearing up top. We're making our way.
Are people interested in this? I think, yeah. All right.
I think they will be.
I think they are.
I mean, this is real. This isn't staged in any way.
No, there's video to back it up. We can't.
We literally just got here. This is what it looks like when you're camping with us.
Yep.
We're just giving it to you straight, the straight facts, folks.
Straight facts.
I hope you appreciate it.
Yeah.
And if you don't, that's fine. I don't know. I just saw a thing on Reddit the other day. Somebody's going into the boundary waters for the first time. So what kind of pants should I go with? I need something that dries quick, lots of pockets, rugged.
Yes. And I
the
think
the first comment was fall ravens. Go for fall raven, because they were like, oh, we tried these other ones, they're a little too light. Tried these other ones, they didn't quite stand up. And then, yeah, fall ravens. So I'm wearing the fall raven blues.
What does the fox have to say?
G1000, baby. G1000. This stuff, it's the best pants I've ever worn in the boundary waters. I've got a couple pairs.
You just like work in those at the...
I wear them in the deli at work. Yeah, I wear them in the kitchen. I basically wear fall raven pants year round at this point. I'll wear them back to work after the trip, as long as I don't put too many burn holes in them.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
I don't even know.
Plenty of good pockets. I got my Galaxy S6 Active. This thing you can take underwater pictures with.
Ooh, you're going through your pockets.
Yeah, well, we're going through the pockets. What's in
right.
every pocket. And so I'm bringing, that's my old phone now, but I just keep it around for boundary waters trips. It's got a really good camera. It's waterproof, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yep. And
what else do you need? I mean, pretty good battery life. I don't know if it'll last till Tuesday, but
you don't
need to.
You don't have Terry folds downloaded.
No, we're not going to be really playing too much music. I was playing a little music on the car on the way up, just through the Bluetooth, but...
Craftwork.
Yeah, Mr. Robot, though. I have the black flies were looking a little nasty the last couple of days, so I did bring a whole head net. I have that right in the pocket.
They don't seem too bad yet.
No, they really don't. And the advantage of this spot with the wind is... yeah, hopefully that'll keep the bugs at bay. I got my wallet in here so we can go get beer.
On Adams?
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have in my pockets.
All right.
And then on the feet, I've got the Astrals.
Nice.
Look at them things.
I'm jealous.
And wool socks. Darn tough wool socks with Astrals, just one pair. And I've got them kind of cinched down. I was telling Eric on... drive across Round Lake this morning, I got my big toe on my left is a little sore. I've been kind of giving it Epsom salt baths and making sure I'm trimming up the nail nice.
It's not the dead toe though.
It's not dead, it's just sore. And so I gotta take care. Yeah. It's honestly worse than the camp slippers, which we will get to. These you can lace them up really nice. And they're snug as a bug. They have, let's look at the grips.
Hot grip video there.
Woo! I mean, everything's pretty dry right now, but you get me on a wet rocks.
You're gonna eat up those roots.
I don't slip at all. Went through a bunch of mud, wet footing it, and yeah, it's nice and warm. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Got that's all I think I need to share as far as what I'm wearing.
Yeah, I think
except
so.
for my sexy underwear, which sorry folks, that's only for the Patreons.
Yeah, Poppin' a Wheelers will get to see that whether they like it or not.
I didn't sign up for this.
Oh god,
what the fuck.
Oh man.
All right, so Eric's got what do you got for pants?
What are these?
Random camp pants.
Here they are.
7 to 8 burn holes in them.
Yep.
These have seen a few trips.
Yeah.
The real highlight of this lower end tour is going to be the Asolo Boots, though.
Ah, yes. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what these are. They might be like Cools or something. I have no idea. I'd have to look at a tag, and I'm not going to do that.
I don't think they are.
I don't know what they are.
They're fine.
But yes, the foot, those are your classic Asolo, which are probably best for dry hiking, but...
Yeah, I wear mine. I wear mine at work sometimes, and I've worn them on 2 different Grand Canyon trips. I've never worn my Asolo on a Boundary Waters trip, but you really prefer them. To each their own. Really great support. You can't argue with that.
No, not at all. I don't know if they have a specific name, but that's just like I don't think they make any other kind of boot.
It's an Asolo boot. Yeah. Men's boot.
Yes, champion ones or something. I don't know. I also have on my belt a special little Leatherman Wave. for grabbing fish and cutting stuff. You know what those things are.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I got in my pocket. I have a bunch of random stuff. I have a bungee dealy bob that didn't end up getting used but ended up in my pocket. I have a little thing of Carmex. This is riveting. I've got my, I don't have to pull out the licenses and the permits, but those, I can assure you, Forest Service, we know you listen. Yeah. They're in my pocket.
He's got the permit, and I'm pretty sure I don't have a copy of my actual fishing license, but I have a screen grab on my phone. I'm gonna stand by that statement until I'm asked to actually produce evidence.
And then a Bic lighter in
red.
In red.
Perfect.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's something to be said for just the detail of like, this is what we're actually out in the park with.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of talk, a lot of conjecture on the show. Like, yeah, that's this and this. But this is, we actually just paddled from Round Lake out to Little Sag, and this is what we have on us. Yeah. Everything else is in the packs. I think we were talking when we were leaving the landing how what a clean operation we got. Everything's in 2 packs. Literally the only thing that's loose on the portages is the 2 paddles.
And the 2 water bottles that you just clip to your life jacket.
Yeah, I'm muling those things, so.
Yep.
That's what we're wearing. We're gonna hop into the big Granite Gear pack next, and maybe we'll talk about our paddles as well, but let's just get a quick pause and check on the battery levels.
Let's do that.
And we'll get into the second act shortly. Thank you.
Bye. And I brought a charger and a little battery
Solar?
pack. No.
Oh.
No.
You going?
I'm going on the video.
All right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is part 2 of the gear review. What's in our pack? Okay, and we're back from break. We're ready to get into this beautiful Granite Gear pack.
We kind of talked about it already, right?
Yeah, we did. It's the biggest Granite Gear you can get.
Yes.
It's all in black. I love this pack. Do you have a bunch of these? I don't know. I've never seen one in all in black until we started taking them on trips out of the outfitting room.
You're gonna get some...
outfitted by Clearwater Lodge. You're getting only the finest stuff. Look at this thing.
Ooh, that's
so it can hold a metric load of things. We have it maybe 3/4 full.
Maybe a little bit more, like 80%, but I think you could easily, like a normal, like American, well, no, maybe like a normal European man, you could fit in it.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. You know, we had the full bag of white wine on the top of this, and it was pretty heavy. Oh, look at that. We got an old yak wool from Nepal. This is a product of a hand-knit wool from Nepal. Wearing that, and you've got a nice St. John's Bay wool.
Ah, yes. This is kind of like close to the same color that yours is, but a little bit thicker. And those just got thrown in after the first portage because we got too hot.
Yeah, we wore those basically up to missing link, and then we're like, okay, that's enough of that. You got a liner in here. It looks like always a quality move. Gonna have a little liner. We got, oh yeah.
Ooh. First
things first, the big old Helinox. I don't know what the name of this thing is. It's like the Ultra Deluxe Super Barca Lounger Helinox.
It's like, I'm surprised it doesn't rock.
It should. It weighs, I don't know, a couple pounds. Well worth the weight. It's pretty big, but when we set this thing up later, we'll get some pictures. It's got really sturdy poles. This is the old classic.
Is that a Coghlan's brand?
I don't know. It might be, honestly.
It seems too nice to be.
It's a little too nice to be Coghlan's, but just the classic green hooks with a yellow rope stringer. You see these everywhere.
Yeah. And
they're really nice. You can lock down the fish on them, and I've always preferred this kind of stringer to just a regular old stringer. Well, it's like it's a slightly upgraded stringer. Let's just say that.
Besides just a string with a metal poker on the end.
Yeah. I mean, come on. This is, I think, the same stringer we've talked about when the walleye kind of got away on caribou.
Oh, yeah.
It's the exact same stringer.
Nice.
So I found it last night. I was going through all the stuff. I said, do you have a stringer? I'm not sure. I know I have one somewhere, and it appeared, so it made it in the pack.
Nice.
Hopefully we'll put some fish on there. Water pump. Got the Catadine drinking water pump.
Hiker Pro, I believe.
Hiker Pro. Always got a nice, gotta have a a new filter in there.
Almost always try to put in a new one, but depends on the lakes that you go out on. A lot of times you can get away with using one for a whole season if you're not pumping inches thick pollen off the lakes, which is what we're dealing with right now.
Got a little bit of the yellow stuff on top right now, the old pollen milk on the lake surface, but I think my first one of these, I had it for 2 seasons before I replaced the filter on it. Pretty nice. Real quick if you're on a portage, need some water quick and just don't trust it, or just in camp want a quick one. We have another filter with us we'll get to later, but this one's good for just on the fly, keep it on the top of the pack.
This is all just coming out kind of randomly.
No, this is how we stuffed it in there. A lot of my stuff's on the top. This is my E&O double nest with the super slap straps and the classic baby blue and cobalt blue, I guess. I've had this particular hammock ever since I started hammocking. I think this is the first hammock I ever slept in and the only hammock I've ever slept in. That's probably not true, but
the one that you writhed.
I writhed. Yeah, that was on the Clearwater Loop trip I first picked this one out. So this one's been with me for a long time.
How much of that do you want to go through?
Oh, let's open it up.
All right.
Here, Keelan, grab this.
All right.
All right, so hold on, just to set the stage. It's the heck is this anyways? It's just a
dry bag.
It's a dry bag. It's like a 35-liter blue dry bag. It's pretty much socks and underwear. I have no art supplies on this trip. I have one extra t-shirt in here. I have a like a level 3 lower unit, like wool long underwear, and then like a level 2 top in green. I have a pair of slippers. Let's check these out here. Hold on. Yeah, this is just mainly stuff that I'm only going to use like in camp at night. So
ooh, those look like they've got some usage on them.
We got some Keens, camp slippers. These have been on a few trips.
They look like it.
You can't tell. I also wear these around the house still. They're still my house slippers.
I shouldn't get the camera too close to them.
You ever seen somebody do this to an old slipper? They're made out of bamboo. They have bamboo lining. They still don't stink. It's amazing. I've had these on so many trips. I usually keep the heel down like this, but because of the aforementioned toe issue, I will actually probably be propping up that left heel just to keep them on there a little more snug. Look at that toe guard on these things.
That's like
amazing
stuff that you spray the back of truck beds with.
Yeah, it is. Good grip. Basically, once I get the wet feet off and I'm settled in for camp for the night, I put these babies on. Good cushion. I mean, honestly, I could portage in these if I had to. They're a pretty hardcore. Got a Nat Geo, my Nat Geo, not just any Nat Geo. This is my eastern section of the Boundary Waters Nat Geo. A lot of secrets in this map. We're not going to open this up on camera, but I'll be taking notes on this the whole trip, adding to the blank space that we are currently in. This is all new water for me and for this Nat Geo. So
maybe you could take a picture and just have that shared for the poppin' wheelers only.
Yeah, maybe. I did put a picture on the Instagram before we left last night, just of like our target for tomorrow, which is Boulder and Adams, my lake.
Adams Lake.
I got some 30% DEET. I got a little bit of 30 SPF suntan lotion. And this is the real good stuff, the Deep Woods Sportsman 98.25 DEET. Don't spray this shit on your skin, folks. That's why it's in a separate bag.
Yeah, if it gets loose, it'll melt through plastic.
It will melt right through this dry bag. We got a random waterproof thing with some sort of horse tranquilizer pills. I got my 3 fishing lures in here. We should open this up.
Oh, you only brought 3 fishing lures?
I only have 3 fishing lures. That's all you need.
Yeah, it's probably true. It makes me look like I'm loaded.
Yeah, no, you got 6. I got some sweet prescription drugs here in case of any injuries. I actually brought hand warmers for sometimes in my hammock sets when it's going to be down in the high 30s tonight, I think.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's nice to have one just down by the feet, especially if you're in a hammock with a little wind. I got a brand new lime green chartreuse Bic lighter. I have a Husky Jerk.
What color is that?
That's the navy with chartreuse. I can't remember the actual name of that. A tiny little scissors, some moleskin, an F-set Slim. And it's a 16 gram F-set Slim. And that's just a good all-around spoon. And then the dimpled little Clio with blue to silver. And I got a couple extra little snap swivels in here. And then real important, if you got a fucked up toe, you want to have a nice pair of tweezers. Or if we get any like bugs or anything we have to remove. So this is kind of a fishing tackle and med kit. That's my med kit, at least. I think you have some other stuff.
Yeah,
this is all I brought.
Good Lord. Yeah, there's a first aid kit in there somewhere.
All right. And then, yeah, like I said, I got a toothbrush and just generally a couple extra pair of underwear and socks. I have specific socks just for in camp. Yes. And then I have lighter socks. I have like some heavier wool socks for just in camp with the slippers. And then I have a couple pairs of lighter socks that are just designated for wet footing. So that's generally what's in that pack. Moving on.
Is that yours?
Sea2summit. I've had this get back from whence you came. Sea2summit 20 liter, 15 liter dry bag. And
Vent? Is that what it's called?
I guess. Inside it's a Mountain Hardwear synthetic. I think it's rated to 20 or 15 degrees. It's definitely not good to 15 degrees anymore. No. I've had this for a long time.
You had that in Quetico?
I've had this since 2011. I bought this new for our Quetico trip. And it's still a really good all-around bag. I use this all seasons. In the winter, I'd maybe double it up with a bigger bag, but
yeah,
not gonna take it out, but it packs down really nice and small.
Yes.
Slightly bigger than a hammock.
What's next in the pack?
We got paper towels.
Woo!
Yeah, we got paper towels. It's always handy in a nice plastic, double plastic bag here with a little
micro litter twist tie.
Yeah, first aid kit.
Ah, that is a nice first aid kit.
The official first aid kit
by Adventure Medical Kits.
It's good for 1 to 4 people. Be safe.
Be safe.
This is so funny.
Yeah.
Never really looked at this thing. Yeah. What's this guy doing? Is he birding?
He's birding with a big
2.0? What was in 1.0? What have they improved?
It's just a smaller one.
Okay, well, we'll open it up quick and just take a peek.
No, you can't open it up. It's
zip tied shut.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we won't open it up unless we need to.
You can look on the back.
Oh,
there's a whole list. You got survival tools. There's a Slim Rescue Howler TM that's trademarked. Whistle.
No, there's a howler whistle.
Woo! What? I've never noticed that that's trademarked. For what reason?
We have moleskins. That's nice. A cold pack, safety pins. Oh, we have a splinter picker. Son of a, well, mine's better. I guarantee you. Mine's a 3.0, a splinter picker.
I've never heard of it called a
what's
splinter
our drugs?
picker.
What do we got for drugs besides the horse pills I brought? We have antibiotic ointment, sting and itch relief wipes. We got some 200 milligram ibuprofens, some 500 milligram acetaminophen, and we have a little antihistamine and some aspirin. So we got a lot of things covered if we get our aches and pains, or
you need some help falling asleep. You can pop a couple of those diphenhydramines and you'll really get zonked.
That's the next level of our Patreon, is the popping the diphenhydramines.
Pro tip, you pop a couple of those before a long flight and you'll be out.
We found this in Eric's vehicle right before we left. It's a, what is this, from a Quick Trip?
I don't know.
It's a little plastic bag. It's our garbage bag.
Fun.
It's important. You got to have a garbage bag.
Yep. What are we on to next here?
Boy, what's this? Cook
kit?
Ooh,
yeah, that looks like the cook kit.
Oh boy, all right.
We're going to find something that we're missing and it's going to be caught live in action.
2 plates. Woo. We only need 2 plates. We got red and blue. You can guess whose is who. We'll just set it here for now. Got a big water boiler.
It matches our water bottle system.
Yeah, everything's red and blue. Oh, look at this thing.
Look at that. There's 2 of them in there.
There's 2 of them.
You should open it up. There's the stove and fuel is in there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I hope to God it's in there.
It better be.
We could survive without a stove and fuel.
Little bungee pack. 2 lids, 2 fuels. We got a bunch of matches, another lighter.
Diamond brand.
Holy moly, look at that thing. Primus power gas.
And
These are
Optimus stove. It's one of those little screw-on types that
These
sit
are
on
the bomb.
sit on the ground.
And a pot grabber, obviously, you're gonna need that.
The grabber.
Okay.
What else?
Put the plates back in there. Wait. Oh, and red and blue.
Very important.
Camp troughs. We can have coffee in these. We can have granola in these.
Yeah.
We can make rum and tangs later.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go look at your Costa Rican tang that you brought.
I didn't. Natalie brought those, and shout out to Natalie. We'll get to that later. We have Costa Rican tang. We're multinational. We're in the food. Got the rolly.
There's 2 knives, 2 spoons, obviously, 2 forks, and a...
I've never used one of these before.
Yeah, you're really...
Oh!
Hey, there it is. There's a ladle and a little fillet knife.
What kind of fillet knife is that?
I don't have any idea.
Metal. It's made of metal.
It's a metal one. Probably some Coughlin's subsidiary.
All right.
Ooh,
yeah. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
This old thing's been around a while. This bag is older than me, and we'll just bring her out. So yeah, we decided we're gonna bring just the lid of the cast iron set. We're not bringing the whole Dutch oven. I have a special bag for it just because this thing is filthy and it gets filthy. It's not even really that clean, let's be honest, but we're going on a camping trip. Who cares? I literally just cooked something on this the other day.
That spatula is like...
It's a 12-inch. It's the lid from a set. It's a Cabela's 12-inch cast iron skillet. This has been on almost as many trips as Eric's loon shirt. It's a real workhorse for us. We're gonna have many meals in here on this trip. I'm looking forward to the frittata breakfast on Sunday morning in here.
Yes.
We're gonna fry eggs in it tomorrow morning. It's gonna pretty much do every meal for us. We can fry fish in it. It's a little heavy.
Yeah, it's a little heavy. It is
just the
iron.
lid, maybe 12 pounds, 10 pounds. I don't know. It's heavy.
10 maybe, yeah. But
it's
that
heavy.
bottom section is like...
So the full set's ridiculous. It also fits in that bag if we want the whole set, but just with the mileage we're trying to do on that, not going to be feasible for this trip. But so that's plenty for what we need to do for 2 people. Just the lid, it's really handy to have. When we do the campsite review later, we will note that the fire grate here is really looking good, and we can do all sorts of things just on that as needed. This thing really has a place in my heart. It's my Russell. Can we get a video of the spin here?
Oh, I gotta get back there. Wow.
Hold on.
In the light. Look at that. Can you maybe...
Look at this. It's a Russell 23/8 6H6.
Ah, the
These
2300
things,
series.
Yeah, it's a 2300 Russell. I think somebody else bought them out now. If you can buy these new. It's a pancake flipper. It's I guess it's a 5 or a 6-inch pancake flipper from Russell. I think it's Russell Webster now is the name of the company. But you can see the seasoning on this handle.
Yes.
It's been on a few trips, folks. We pillaged this from an old
abandoned Boy Scout
CCC camp or something on the Mecan River in Wisconsin. Back down where I used to trout fish a bunch. There's this old camp, and man, it's perfectly weighted. As somebody who's done a lot of breakfast cooking both in my life and as a professional, honestly, it's the finest spatula / pancake flipper I've ever found. You gotta get one of these. If you ever find something this sturdy, go ahead and get it. I wish I knew what kind of wood this was. Just for, I'm sure we do a little research and find out, but
yep.
Really, really nice piece of equipment. The thing is just incredible.
Should go one more flip. I can see if I can get it spinning. Ooh, I think we got that.
All right.
Moving on, we're out of the cook kit.
All right, ooh, another water filter. This is an MSR gravity filter system, 5 liters. Really nice when you're in camp. Obviously, the hand pump is all you really need. I like that the bag they gave me for this thing is actually big enough to hold the thing.
It's funny how some places don't consider.
Let's just pull it out of here. We're gonna need it anyways.
Yeah, it's been a spell since I've had any fresh water.
Could use a drink other than white wine. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you kind of roll it up and it's... Woo!
Through the trees.
So yeah, you just go down, you dip it, hang it in a tree, and let the little filter here do its job. This is the second filter I've had on it. Make sure the flow is going the right way.
There is a large arrow indicating the flow.
You really can't mess it up. And then just don't lose the cap.
No.
Easy peasy, and rinse it out when you get home. So these are really nice, really a game changer. Who wants to go down to the waterfront and kind of hunch and squat and pump at the end of a long day? Just go and fill this sucker up. You can set your water bottle to it. Go take care of some other camp chores. You come back, you got a full water bottle. Doesn't matter what kind of lake you're on. These things are amazing. Highly recommended. All right, you want to take a turn at pulling?
Sure.
All right, let's change the camera over here. We're about halfway through the pack here, and
we might need a battery change here in a second, but obviously the smaller version makes my chair, the Helinox chair,
regular Helinox
compared to yours, look like a toy, but it's the same chair.
Same chair. Very nice chairs though. Can't say enough about the Helinox. We both have one for a good reason. Oh, look at that.
It's a cleaning kit with, I couldn't find the big like welding gloves, so I just had to grab a regular old hot pad mitt.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I figured you had the welding glove packed, but I didn't bring a hot mitt.
I think they're like in the wood stove for the wall tent. I don't know.
Oh, that's where they are for sure.
Yeah, so, but we've got a hot mitt nonetheless, and a little scrub pad and some camp soap.
Okay.
3 rolls of TP for wiping our butts.
One for each.
One for each day.
One for each day, yeah. I was gonna say it's one for us, one for you, one for me, and then one for the canoe. Oh, look at this thing.
I've like disparaged these in the past, but I also didn't want to bring the full axe. So I've got
ankle biter.
I've got a shin splitter, and it's a Gerber little handheld hatchet, which again, I don't necessarily condone using, but I didn't want to bring out the full Grands for Brooks axe maul that I have. That thing's heavy.
Yeah, and honestly, just go for smaller wood. You don't need to be going for the 9-inch diameter wood.
We're not preparing for winter out here.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. We don't need anything more than small dead branch. Oh yeah. Sven saw.
You know this sound if you've ever dealt with a Sven saw. Ooh, that just brings you out to a campsite, doesn't it? It's got the wing nut. This thing's brand new. You can still feel the oil on the blade from Duluth, Minnesota, by Swen Products.
Very nice.
This, I believe, is your rain fly.
It is. That's my CCS. It's a 10x10. And got a bunch of P-cord attached to all the corners and sides, so real easy setup. I believe I will not be setting it up tonight. It's a 0% chance of rain, and so that means it'll probably rain, but I'm still not going to set it up.
Right.
Just bringing that along for the last couple days of the trip. It looks like we may get some. That's a nice one. Fits perfect over the hammock.
So I also have the Sea2summit Compression Bag. And if you guys promise not to say anything, I'm going to show you what bag it is.
Oh yeah,
it's a secret.
Top secret. Don't say.
Don't tell Tori.
No, you took her Seahawks bag. Gross. This is Russell Wilson's actual
skin.
Made it from Russell Wilson.
So this is a Sierra Designs Zisu High, rated to 0. It's a dry down, like synthetic down, so you can kind of get it wet and you're not completely up a creek.
It's a much nicer sleeping bag than I'm currently packing, for sure.
But yes, this is Tori's sleeping bag. The geologist's wife is listening right now and probably...
What?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it all stinky. I'm sorry.
Oh, he is. I can verify. He stinks like a real dirty butt today.
I had a Reuben from Poplar House last night, and it did something to my insides.
Something's wrong with your insides today, for sure. I'm glad I've been in the front of the canoe.
The main reason I wanted to bring this one is because my -20 North Face bag is like very heavy, and I was just like comparing the two. I'm like, and it's super bulky, and like a -20 bag is kind of insane.
It's a little overkill for this. It is June now.
But I do sleep cold, so.
Yeah, that's to be, you know, in a hammock too.
Yep.
You gotta kind of sleeping bag up a little bit if you're gonna be in the hammock, for sure. Another Sea2summit.
Another Sea2summit bag with socks, underwear, and not as many fun drugs as Adam.
Too bad. We can't all have the horse pills.
I've got some Tums and some poop pills in the form of psyllium husk.
Oh, wow, we're set. I mean, no matter what happens out here, we're gonna be healthy. Getting to the bottom of the pack here. What we got?
This is yours, I believe.
That's yeah, that's my Hammock Bug Net.
Is it got a name? I thought it had a name.
Super important to have one of these in June. I've been on some trips where I didn't have them. Really regretted it, and so I used it on the trip to Din Din last year, and it came in really handy. We had a lot of mosquitoes on that trip. I think we're going to be dealing more with the black flies here, and who knows, but it's good to have just in case. It weighs almost nothing and really packs into any corner of the pack you need.
Yep. So you don't do this, but I bring a thermarest / sleeping pad to put in my hammock for added warmth, and it spreads the edges of the hammock out a little bit. And I like Sea2summit for everything that they do, except like if you're listening down in Perth, you should make a larger stuff sack, because this thing is like hydraulically pressed into this stuff sack.
Yeah, once you take it out, it's never going back.
This is the closest I've ever gotten to actually getting it all the way back in.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that I send out in outfitting, when they come back, I just have to start sending out with P-cord tied around it, because you can't get them back in.
Sure.
Especially in the field. If you've got a flat table to work with, they can sometimes get back in. This one's like 90% of the way back in. But
yeah, it's almost vacuum sealed in there.
Yeah.
Honestly, we do have some nice flat rocks in this campsite though, so maybe you can do a job on it tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's a Sea2summit Comfort Light, self-inflating.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Getting down there. Oh, I've got my Marty Mcfly vest. I can't wait to show this off.
Wow.
So this is just a straight up stuff sack, and on top is my pillow / layer, which is I mean, I'm gonna say probably the dopest piece of equipment that I own.
It really is nice.
This is a vintage North Face down vest that I found at a thrift store.
Made in the USA.
Back when they used to make it in the United States. Found it at a thrift shop, and
wow, that's really nice.
It is literally the Marty Mcfly vest.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Nate, wore this for a Halloween costume when he went as Marty McFly. So
yeah, I can see it. It really fits.
It's great for around the campfire at night, and then you just roll it up and throw it in as a pillow.
Absolutely, yeah. It goes with your color scheme too. Nicely done.
Yeah, so that's on top
Fits the whole palette.
My kind of like basically what I would call like the tent bag, which is a bug net to go along with my hammock. That's a Guardian bug net.
I think it's the same one I got.
I don't know why yours doesn't say that it's a Guardian.
I ripped that label off.
Probably. I got a Pro Fly XL, also by specifically designed for the hammock.
Yeah, that one fits a little nicer than the old 10x10, but same gets the job done.
I'm excited to display this double nest, leave no trace style. I have not actually opened this up yet. I'll be interested to see if it says like leave no trace on the hammock itself. And it comes with some Atlas suspension straps.
Nice.
And then on the bottom is a large selection of P-cord, stakes, and Clearwater Historic Lodge and Canoe Outfitters playing cards.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'll play a little gin rummy later.
Yeah, right. That's everything that's in the bag except for Camp Chacos that were pressure washed yesterday down at the waterfront. So there was like a half-inch grease ball in the middle that had formed because I'd been wearing them for like a week straight in mud and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're pressure washed and actually still wet. And then
you gotta have some duct tape.
Gotta have the duct tape. And here, oh God, those smell terrible.
Yeah, they should make those from bamboo, honestly. That'd be way better. So that.
Now I am.
Okay. Okay, this is part 3 of the in the bag, in the field episode.
There's so many things to do with the in the bag, like half in the bag, all the way in the bag. So we have some fun options for an episode title.
We sure do.
Yeah. So we're this isn't necessarily in the bag, but I think it is appropriate that we show you and talk about the implements of our success.
Yeah, M1. We have the M1 Min 2 Kevlar boat.
I'm gonna run over there quick.
Yeah, just show the marina. Here we go. In the camp.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, God, the pollen.
We can talk about the yellow gunk.
What the hell's going on with this pollen? Do you see
that
it?
gunk down there?
Yeah, there's like a stream of it coming around this island over here. The pollen is really bad right now.
Yes.
So
you can't really even see it from here, but it's a Minnesota 2, famous M1 boat. We've talked about it before.
we've taken it on almost every trip if we can. It's a real fine boat, and no complaints on that boat. It's just a rock star. So moving back into camp here, we're gonna go over our paddles.
Got a couple of beauties.
This here is my Zavril. Believe it's a 48. Weighs about 12 ounces.
That thing's
It's
ridiculous.
all carbon fiber. I bought this in town at Stone Harbor. They don't carry them anymore. I'm not sure if Zavril is still making them, but this is a hell of a paddle. I've had a lot of miles on here. I wish we had some sort of like stroke counter on it.
Oh, that would be like a pedometer for...
Yeah, like how many... I mean, I've had this since 2012, 2013 I bought it. Kind of right when I moved back up here. So, got a beautiful Go Family Farms sticker on here. Somehow it's hung on. I can't believe that sticker's still on there.
It looks like it's in amazing shape.
And it's on the push side too. Like, it's ridiculous how long that's... And still nice and bright green.
Yeah, hasn't faded at all. The paddle looks like it's faded more than the sticker.
Yeah, this thing, if you can find one, I highly recommend it. It's like guaranteed for life too. I don't know if if the companies are not around anymore, who's going to honor that, but I've never had any issues with it, not one.
Are they related in any way to the bar in Ely?
Maybe.
Zavril? Oh, that's Zavrils.
Zavrils. Maybe that's how you're supposed to say it.
And what isn't that Zavaral or something?
Zavaral. Yeah. It's supposed to be. It's a racing paddle, but Jesus, this thing, it's just amazing. It glides in your hand and never feel it. I mean, my elbow is a little sore right now just because first trip of the year, but you can paddle this thing all day on a number 4 level of power. Hell, even a 5 or a 6. You can really give it too if you really gotta go. This thing's got some serious juice, so I love it. I was just paddling like plastic crap paddles my whole life, and then I finally got like an old like kind of beaver tail style wooden paddle that I took on our Quetico trip that I had like drawn a lake trout on. Yeah. And that was a nice one, but it literally weighed 4 times what this paddle weighs.
At least.
It was a little bit longer. I don't know, everybody says, there's sizing techniques. You can see it comes up not even about the base of the sternum. I think you're supposed to get it like up in your armpit, and you can see this. I mean,
I think you're supposed to sit down, put it in between your legs, and the bend is supposed to come between your eyes.
Well, either way, any way you measure it, this thing's too short for me. But I love it no matter what. I mean, I sit in the front seat on our trips most of the time, and if I'm paddling with Natalie, I'm in the back. But either way, I tend to just like have a lower like arm swing, or I don't know what it is, but this is the size for me. Nice. And so don't let anybody tell you otherwise when you're sizing up a paddle. Like, take it out and paddle. Yeah. And I've always enjoyed like just slightly long, like shorter paddle than I should for my height, because I have a pretty good wingspan, and I don't know, I'm 6'3", so I'm I should be probably paddling a 52 or a 54, and this is a 48. So
I am not 6'3". I'm just on a rock right now, and Adam's in a low spot. So for the video watchers, we look like we're the same height right now.
We're the same person. So that's my paddle. Can't say enough about it. It's not really in the pack, but I wanted to get it on the video. This thing is one of my prized possessions, and every trip I've been on since I bought it, it's come with me and never let me down. This thing's a real champ, and I highly recommend it if you can find one. Nice. Either way though, 12 ounces. You can really go a long way with that thing.
Can't beat that.
Yours is a little heavier, but it's got a lot of art to it.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to find one of these. This was made by a friend of the show and I think listener? I don't know. Let me know. Are you listening, Paige? Are you out there?
Paige, hello.
How are you doing? Yeah, so we did a trip, I don't know, 7 years ago now. 5, 6 years ago. The last big Quetico trip that I did with Tori, her sister, and Paige. And in advance of that trip, he made me and Tori paddles as wedding gifts. And so this is a handmade paddle, and it's kind of got like a guitar-shaped blade.
Yeah, it's an unusual shape.
Yeah.
It's like the way that this like top ridge kind of comes off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You could flip some pancakes with that thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
so-
I like the inlaid designs too. For one, you got an agate up top.
Yeah, so in the handle, there's like a drilled out hole, and he put an agate in it and then filled it back in with epoxy. So it's got like that like chakra thing going on. Where
Yeah,
you
you have
like,
a real power spot there.
Yeah, and then the on the back of the blade, he
It's a legit maple leaf.
managed to get a maple leaf like in primo red, like as it was turning colors, and it is still preserved in the like shellac, the same red as the day that it came off the tree.
Have you had to re-shellac this at all? I
Well-
mean, it's still smooth to the touch. I mean, you got a little tip damage, which is to be expected from a paddle that age, but
Well, see, the thing is that this paddle was in mint condition until the second to the last day of our Quetico trip, and we had to break through ice to get out.
oh no.
So that's why
that's what the damage is.
Yeah, this I got this for the Quetico trip, and almost the entire rock guard tip is now worn off, and the edges are a little, you can see there, worn down to the wood, just from that day of breaking through the ice. So I saw it and I was like, for what we're doing on this trip, because I kind of had it in retirement a little bit, because I'm like, I
Yeah.
just gotta get it refinished. I don't want to paddle with it regularly, otherwise it's just gonna get rotten. So I figured it'd be a good time to bring it out, and then it's a good reminder to get that rock tip refinished and clean it up a little bit. But still a beautiful paddle. I love it, and it's nice and sturdy. I don't feel like some of the ones that you get now that are just kind of like the cheaper wooden bent shafts, they feel like that blade just seems like it wants to like crack, and it always like kind of breaks a little bit along the edge.
Yeah.
Like these little panels will come off sometimes, but this is like,
That thing's rock solid. I look at the shaft on this thing. I mean, that's beefy.
yeah. I don't like, and even sometimes when you're paddling with them, you feel it like kind of bending. This thing is like, yeah, it's a little heavier, but it's still not terrible. I think it's still lighter than that massive beaver tail you had.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That
It's
thing was made out of like maple. What's
ash.
What's the bat that Kevin Costner makes or whatever?
I think it's ash. Wonder Boy.
Oh yeah, the one that got struck by the
Yeah.
tree, that got struck by lightning.
Yeah, Robert Redford himself struck the tree with lightning and then made Wonder Boy.
Yeah. So that's the paddle situation. I'm glad I got this back out on the water. I forgot how much I like to paddle it. So
Right on. All right, and then we're gonna finally just wrap it up with our bear barrel. And Eric's got some other gear here he wants to go through.
oh yeah, just a little random electronic bag. So we've got the GoPro that is right there. It's super wide angle, so I dropped the wide angle lens because the wide angle lens is like dense glass, very heavy. And
sure.
just brought the zoom lens on the Canon D90. And
Did you have this in the food pack or?
Yeah, it's right on
Okay.
top of the food pack.
'Cause, yeah, you usually have it in like its own waterproof protective case.
Yeah,
But when you have a
it
bear
sits on
barrel.
top of that in a waterproof case.
Sure.
And then if we're on the water, it's a little bit easier to get to, because those Pelican cases to hold these things are like
Yeah.
twice as heavy as the camera.
Yeah.
And they're super sturdy
big.
nice, but they're heavy. And then I got, this is a 35 millimeter prime lens and a 55 to 200 zoom on a Canon D90 for, you know, a little bit more, I don't know, the GoPro is fine for taking pictures, but you can't do as much with it. And then just a headlamp and a little charging battery for the camera and that video camera there.
For you, little
Because we've already burned through one apparently. give a review of that GoPro one of these days.
That'll be in a future episode.
20 minutes of recording, and then it gets super hot. GoPro.
Hey. It is hot. I just kissed it.
Jeez, burn your lips.
All right, well, lastly,
we got blue and red are the themes here.
We just we know our brands.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stick with it. You got a brand new, looks like red Nalgene.
The sticker's still on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Nalgene with the like tiger mounting some kind of a rock promontory.
Sure. I've got a older Nalgene in blue, of course. I got a Clearwater Historic Lodge. I got a Vexlar sticker. I have a Tumblehome podcast sticker on there, of course. Season 2. That's an old hot dog. I think it was actually a vegan hot dog sticker that I got from work. And then, what's the other one back there? I have an Appalachian Trail from when brother and I were hiking the Appalachian Trail. I was kind of looking.
Yeah.
Needed one to commemorate that. So.
And then a customink.com t-shirt sticker. That's a fun little guy.
Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows?
So.
The only other thing I was gonna look at is I know my tackle box is here. Do we just show them the
Yeah,
top?
we'll just see it. We got a couple. Oh, what's that?
Oh.
I don't know.
It looks like 50 pizza biters.
Maybe it's a 50 pizza biter bag. Maybe it isn't. But I have my headlamp on the top. We just kind of threw some random things on top of the barrel because it's just good storage. So
yeah.
Eric's got a little bit more impressive of a tackle box, and I'll probably end up having to borrow a lure after I lose my 3.
I have.
What do we got in here?
I have 4. Well, I have 3 X-Wraps, 2 in cold steel, 1 in like classic blue and white, and then I think I found this one. It's like a shadow wrap, deep, slow sinking kind of thing.
Oh, baby. That's nice.
Yeah, I
We
found.
got a sparkle top on that thing.
Ooh, yeah. I guess I didn't notice that. I found this like last summer, and it had 3 treble hooks on it, and I removed the middle one. I'm like, that's an insane amount.
Too many.
And they're all crimped. If it's for what it's worth, mostly for myself. If I get hooked, it's going to be an easy fish hook removal. And then I've got Mep's Cyclops 2. A 3/4 ounce little Cleo, straight gold.
Oh, that straight gold is hot, baby.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Sheesh.
Yeah, I got the big.
Ooh, the green and silver.
I got the 2/5 little Cleo.
I like the 2/5. That's my preferred size. Oh, you got a dimpler too.
Dimpled blue and silver, and I'm casting a. I think it's like an what do they call those? The rods with the grades. It's like the pretty heavy rod. And some kind of a Shimano thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have my rod and reel setup is not impressive, but I do have really good line on it.
Yeah.
That's the key. You want to spend like $10 total on the rod and reel, and then $50 on the line.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't know if there's anything else that we have besides our food, which, it's mostly a gear episode, so we can leave that.
Let's just get a nice view of the entire strewn camp area. Look at this. There it is. It's all just laying around. And got a beautiful view up here. We'll get to more of the campsite stuff later, but thank you for being with us here on the gear, what's in our bag on Little Sag episode for Tumblehome. My name is Adam, and this is Eric on Red Team. He's a dirty Canadian, and I'm America all the way. So thanks for being with us, and we'll check back with you later in the trip. So time to relax, maybe get these boots off. You know, see, you've already beat me to it.
I have switched over to Chacos, and they smell bad, but my feet are airing out, and maybe by August the Asolos will be dry.
Yeah, hopefully. So we got here pretty early in the day, honestly, so we got a lot of time ahead of us, as you can see. It's not even
camera
noon.
work.
Thank you. I've been trained in the media arts.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're gonna go out and do a little fishing this afternoon, and we'll report back later. So.
Oh, I did eye a very nice dead standing cedar.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do a little firewood hogging too.
Yes, and that'll probably be either on the episode that you've listened to already, or one that you're going to hear in the future. Not 100% sure how that's gonna happen, but just know we've got cedar in striking distance.
Heck yeah, we do, and we're sitting pretty. So all right, thanks for being with us, and check that video out if you're just listening on the audio version, and if you're on the video version, Check the audio version too. I think it's probably way better. I don't know.
Probably.
They're each special in their own way.
Well, the field mic definitely produces better audio than the GoPro. Not happy with you, GoPro. If you're watching, boo.
Hot and kissy. All right.
I'm not gonna kiss it.
Well, you can turn it off though.
Okay, here we go.
Bye.